All right, back at the pits. Let's transform this thing. Yes.
The sun's out.
And the sun's out. Perfect timing. All right. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a significant day, and not because I'm at Silverstone surrounded by supercars, but this is actually the first time that I have officially been involved with both Mercedes and AMG on one of their official projects and activations. I know that I featured plenty of Mercedes and AMGs on the channel over the weeks, over the months lately, but it's the first time that I've actually partnered with them directly, and today is a super significant occasion because AMG have taken over the entirety of Silverstone to celebrate 50 years of AMG. So they've brought down 50 models of AMGs, from classics all the way up to the latest AMG GTR. And as much as I'd love to jump in all of them, what a fantastic SLS Black Series AMG here, which is one of my favorites. Of course, it's one of the last naturally aspirated cars that AMG made. Today, I'm going to continue my hunting for a convertible series because, of course, Mercedes and AMG have recently launched the AMG GTC, and lo and behold, they have one here. So let's take a look around at what spicy stuff they've got and then hop in the GTC, see what it's all about. Right, finally in the GTC. I'm with Elliot, who is the senior instructor for AMG. How did you wangle that title?
I had a rather misspent childhood. Picked up some car control along the way. And
awesome. Yeah, AKA Chief of Going Sideways. Yeah, me and Elliot first met in, well, it was around the Monza Grand Prix.
Yes, it was.
You brought a C63 down,
yep.
Was it? And we ended up setting up a drift battle between Valtteri Bottas and Felipe Massa.
Yeah, we ruined a few sets of
that's right.
Good times.
Yeah. And now, interestingly, this for me is actually the first official introduction of both AMG and Mercedes to my channel.
Great.
I've jumped in a few cars, but I've never worked with you guys directly. So this is super cool. Good. Super excited. I want to pick your brains. I was out in the GTR earlier. Yep. Is this similar or dissimilar?
I was amazed with the GTC because you know better than anyone. If you chop the roof off a car, normally they wallow. You lose a lot of the rigidity.
Yes.
In this, you won't notice a difference in terms of the mid-corner balance.
Okay.
Which normally it kind of feels like the back's going to try and get away from you and that kind of stuff. The differences between this and the GTR, it's probably 9/10 of what both cars are capable of is where you'll feel the difference.
So it's pretty similar then?
Incredibly.
Pretty similar. So do we have any difference in gearbox mapping or suspension stiffness?
No, so the suspension, they're absolutely identical. Slightly less power in this, so we're down at 550.
Only 550?
Yeah, but we'll see how you get on with it.
Yeah.
And fantastic. We're still the same 4-litre V8 bi-turbo engine.
So what I was thinking about doing was a lap in with the roof up, and then lap with roof down. I'm just going to let this guy go past as we warm up and talk. Yeah, because I reckon the speed that we hopefully get up to later, we're not going to hear much with the roof down.
No.
So let's chat about it with the roof up first and then get on it and see. First of all, they sound mega.
This, I think, has more rawness to it than the GTR, which I didn't expect.
This actually sounds better than the GTR.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Is it just because the roof hasn't got as much insulation?
Yeah, I think so. I really think it has to be.
Oh. It's lovely, isn't it? It's so well balanced.
And you see there, it just holds the road. You're
Lovely.
getting that
It's very flat.
feeling that you get in some sort of convertibles.
The pops and bangs on the overrun is beautiful, isn't it?
Doesn't matter how long I work with AMG.
You love it.
It never gets old.
Well, this is really cool because every other manufacturer that I've worked with on this series, which is shopping for a convertible, none of them have put us on track.
Yeah.
So this is awesome. This is really, really nice experience.
And you haven't lost any of the driving ability that I remember.
Cheers, man. The brakes are good, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, are you able to option this with ceramics, or does it come with ceramics?
No, it comes with.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, very cool. I tell you, do you know what? The engineering on this, the way that the balance of this, considering that it's considered a front to mid engined, it's beautiful.
The weight distribution's incredible.
So much confidence in it. It doesn't feel like a big car at all, or a big heavy car. Yeah, it's beautiful. So this gearbox isn't a twin clutch, is it? It's one of those torque vectoring jobs?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, early versions of that weren't as quick as this. This is, if I didn't know, I would say this is a twin clutch box. And I'm very impressed with it.
It doesn't feel like that long ago that you felt in an auto that you were kind of getting 3-second delays.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now it's just seamless.
It's so seamless. And of course, the benefit of a gearbox like this is it can deal with so much more torque.
Yep.
That was one of the problems with a twin clutch box, is it doesn't cope, especially now you've gone turbocharged on these. Like, the torque in this is almost tangible.
Yeah.
It's
all well and good having high amounts of horsepower, but if you can't get that power down to the wheels,
exactly.
it's as good as makes no difference, which is where these kind of gearboxes really come into their own. So how much time on your average day's work, what percentage is forwards and what percentage is sideways? Well, ironically, before we came out, I was getting some external footage, and I got a radio call from Race Control saying there's an E63S 4MATIC going more sideways than forwards. To which I had to reply, yeah, I'm really sorry, it's me.
Sorry about that. No, it's brilliant. I tell you what, I'm really... My take on the sign of a good car is when you're confident with it from a very early stage.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not scared of this car at all. I mean, it's just super planted.
I don't know if you kind of did much in the SLS, but if you compare the SLS Roadster to the GTC...
Oh, but it's night and day, is it?
It's not, and it's only because of how far the technology's come on.
Yes.
But you don't get that pitch and wallow, the back feels nicely stable. Yeah, it's incredible.
He's going to be right on my apex.
That's compromised your corner speed. So is it kind of behaving as you expected?
Being totally truthful, I thought it might be more understeery than it is. The front end's really lovely, it's really planted. The back end doesn't want to spit you out. Fortunately, we've managed to get on the track when it's dried up, which is cool. Yeah, it's lovely, you know. And even when it does, when it does let go a little, it doesn't snap, does it?
It kind of tells you that it's happening.
It tells you it's going.
It's not a surprise.
Lovely thing. Right, I'm going to do one more lap with the roof up, and then let's take the roof down.
Perfect.
All right, back in the pits. Let's transform this thing.
Sun's out.
The sun's out. Perfect timing. Right.
Once again.
So mate, thanks for that
Pleasure.
last minute drift. This guy's got the best job. Mr. Sideways is so cool. Absolutely awesome.
It's not
mate.
fast, but it looks better.
Yeah, I was just saying it's the best way around a corner. Sideways is the best way around a corner. Yeah, so I'd like to get your thoughts on it. Actually, I mean, obviously, I know you work for the brand, but what's your favorite thing about AMG?
I think for me, the relationship between Mercedes-Benz and AMG is as close to the perfect balance as you can get.
Yeah.
Because as brands, they have very different philosophies. Mercedes all about luxury, safety, innovation.
Yeah.
And AMG, racing, performance.
Sideways.
So everything you've just done in this
Yes.
is the very limit of what it's capable of.
Sure.
But when
Yeah.
you sit in it and you look around, it's still comfortable.
Super
it's a nice
plush.
place to be.
Yeah. So it's essentially a hybrid of the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
really.
For me personally, absolutely.
Yeah. I really felt that. I mean, we were hammering it around just then. You were putting it around fantastically. It's so, I love being in the seat when someone's showing you what it's capable of.
Yeah.
It's so good. So thanks for that, mate. I really
No,
appreciate
pleasure,
it.
mate. Absolute
Cheers, dude.
pleasure.
That thing's amazing. Excuse the offensive helmet hair. But yeah, I've been in and out of Skiddlies all day. What can I say? Twin turbo, 4-litre V8, pops and bangs on the overrun, fantastic. Enhanced even further, of course, by taking off the roof. Now, let's talk about that. When you take the roof off a car, there can be issues with structural rigidity. It's that thing, and if there was anywhere to demonstrate, you know, how well engineered that car is, it's on a track at those speeds. Pitching it into corners, it felt super flat. There was no play in the chassis. It was a wonderful experience. Gearbox. Now, if you watch this channel regularly, you'll know that I'm kind of a gearbox snob. I'd either prefer a manual or a dual clutch box. I'm super happy to say that these new torque vectoring gearboxes, which is more of a conventional auto, it's just, you know, we're really splitting hairs now between shift times and shift sort of crisp feel between these torque vectoring boxes and a twin clutch box. In that car, I was super impressed. And what you're essentially getting in the GTC Roadster is the GTR with the roof off. It doesn't have quite as much power. I've driven them both, and I don't know why you wouldn't go. I don't know why, particularly on the road, I don't know why you wouldn't seriously consider the Roadster. It's the full package. You lose a little bit of practicality having no space in the boot, but from a driving experience, super cool. What I really want to do next is spend more time with AMGs on the road. Track environment's one thing, it's fantastic to be able to open them up and give it 10/10ths. And as you can see with the E-diff on these AMGs, as Elliot demonstrated earlier, they go sideways just as well as they always have done. But if you want to drive it with a bit more precision, it just hunkers down, super flat, super planted. And really importantly for me is when you get in these cars, from a very early stage, you feel it's very confidence inspiring. And so even though the back end can step out like that, if you want to drive it chilled and calm and precise, it's equally as good as that. I think Elliot summed it up well earlier, that these cars really are this great match, this great balance between refinement and sportiness. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. If there's any AMG fans watching, any Mercedes fans watching, thoughts on GTC Roadster, AMG as a brand, love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, share, really appreciate you guys watching and your support. As always, thanks for watching, see you next time. Ciao.
Once again.